It's Ashley Bolden, Keller Williams Real Estate local agent to the Everett, Washington market. And I'm here to talk to you about relocation tips and things you can do to make the relocation process smooth and easy. Howdy, it's Ashley, Keller Williams Real Estate here in Everett, Washington. So I'm so excited about this video. If you are moving to Everett, or moving really anywhere, and you need some tips for relocating, this is the video for you. So we're gonna get right into it. So, let's pretend that you're like, okay, I don't really know where I'm gonna move. You know, you're kind of in the research phase. Well, here are some important things. One, research schools, right? Especially, so it depends, right? Research schools. It's important to consider this if you have children of consideration, right? You wanna know stuff about the school district. You want to know which areas you need to be in, and you want to make sure that you've narrowed down the communities that would work best for you and your family. Number two, if your medical needs require certain healthcare facilities, you want to make sure that those healthcare facilities are either in your community or nearby and easy to access, right? I mean, the last thing you want to do is move somewhere and find out you can't get into the hospital or get the care that you need. Number three, this is a real fun tip for when you are in in that scouting phase and you're checking out the area, is go to the local supermarkets. I mean, here up in North Everett, we have several different supermarkets, right? We have the main chains like a Safeway or QFC, but we also have the Snow Isle Co-op, right? So you can go visit these different places, go visit our downtown, see what the shops are like, and get an idea of what the area is like, and learn about the community that you might be moving to. Two, this is really important, is pick an agent that you like to work with, right? So pick an agent that you like to work with, pick an agent that's local. I mean, I know sometimes it's a little difficult. I mean, especially if you're just relocating and it's a short distance, like maybe you're just coming from Tacoma, or you're coming from just south of Seattle and Beacon Hill or something, and you're like, well, should I get another agent? Should I get an agent that's local to that area? Probably is the answer. And make sure you like that person. Sometimes if you have a relocation package with your relocation company, they may assign you an agent, but that assigned agent might not be the agent that's going to work the hardest for you. So definitely take your time, interview other agents, and find someone that you enjoy working with. Number five, leverage social media, right? So you can use social media to learn more about the community, okay? Right? Facebook, Instagram, there are all these different types of community pages, and you can go in there and you can sort of begin to engage with the community and figure out okay, what is it really like to be up in Everett, for example? What kind of community groups are there? Is it difficult to become a part of the community? And it's an important piece of your research that you can use, and it's no cost. Number six, make sure that you are well budgeted. All right. Sometimes if you're moving from across the country, from out of state, you may not have secured employment in the place that you're going to be going to. Other times, maybe you've already secured employment, but the key is that you want to make sure that you are taking into consideration all the different costs, because here's the deal. Moving is very stressful. And, moving across the country can be expensive. I mean, it's not, just straight up, not cheap. So you want to make sure that you budget yourself well and you prepare yourself for the time where you may or may not have solid income all the way across, right? Number seven, make sure you bring all the things that are important that you need to carry on your person. So this could be medicine, prescription medicine. It could be other important documentation. So I'm thinking passports, birth certificates, all those paper documents that, sometimes people have them in a safe deposit box. I mean, you could have other things in your safe deposit box too, but you need to remember that you need to go to the bank and take the contents of that out of there, especially if you're doing a long distance move. And you don't want to move from Florida to Everett, Washington, and then realize, oh my gosh, I left everything in my safety deposit box. Okay, so don't forget that. Number eight, have a conversation with the post office. Make sure you arrange to have a forwarding address. Okay, so not only do you want to have the conversation with the post office, but you also want to contact your insurance company, credit card company, medical companies, all these different companies that may be sending you correspondence in paper form so that you maintain contact with them. Because the last thing you want is you want your bills going to your last address and then you don't have the bill and you have to like go back and contact them and be on the phone, and that stupid like whatever automated system for hours trying to figure it out is a real pain in the butt. So make sure you reach out to those companies and let them know that you are moving. Number 9, get your utility turn on and turn off arranged, okay? So this is in both places. So when you're leaving from where you're coming to, and then when you're going, you wanna make sure that you have contacted like the electrical company, gas company, cable or internet company, right? So here, inevitably somebody has to go to the property to start up the internet, right? And that means you have to have an appointment, and that takes time. And maybe you work from home, and you want to have that arranged. You don't want to get to your new residence and have to wait like a week for internet. Like, is that even real? Like, wait a week for internet. So start contacting them in advance of your move, so you make sure you have all that arranged, and then make sure that the place that you're leaving, you've gotten that electrical bill turned off, the water bill, all those different things, okay? And it's all transferred over. Number 10, pick a moving company. Now here's the thing with moving companies. There are moving companies of all different qualities and caliber. The key thing to understand about these moving companies, is that you want to make sure that you understand their terms and fees, right? The last thing you want to have happen is all of your items arrive in the place that you're supposed to be, and for some reason they don't give it to you because there's some hidden weird fee that you didn't know about or whatever, right? So you just want to make sure you understand all the terms and fees so that can go as smoothly as possible. Now, number 11, before you start packing, make sure you thin out before you leave. Here's the thing, and I'm guilty of this too, and I think you're gonna know what I'm talking about. You've lived somewhere for the last 15 years and you've just accumulated a lot of stuff, right? It's inevitable, happens to everybody. It's like in your garage, it's in that one closet, and you need to take a little bit of time to make sure that you get rid of all these items, because you don't wanna like pay the money to move with them just to arrive at your new location and then have to get rid of them, right? It's a big hassle. So you want to avoid that. So make sure you thin out before you pack. Number 12, make sure you label your boxes, okay? So you want to label them by room, and then you want to label them so you know what to unpack first. Now, for some people, your move may include like temporary housing. Like maybe you're moving to your new location and you're gonna rent for a while to sort of figure out, okay, what am I gonna buy? What am I gonna get? Well, in that case, you may have packages that you want to come to that rental, and then packages that you want to have to go to storage. So you want to be really organized here, because you don't want something that's like critical to end up in the storage space, and not in the space where you need to use it all the time. All right. So those are my tips for relocation. I am happy to help you with anything else. Please stay tuned for any of my other videos, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.